Hello, everyone. Welcome inside the Red Earth Production Studios for another edition of YBMcast. And we have special today, our player spotlight, featuring a young man from Blair Oaks High School, Wil Libbert. Wil, welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thanks for having me on.
No, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day and coming and talking to us, man. I really do. For the folks, we're over here in St. Charles County on the east side of the state, and that's one of the things I'm so excited about here is Blair Oaks High School. For those that don't know, where's that at, bud?
We're in Wardsville, Missouri, which is about 10 minutes from Jefferson City.
Okay. So how many high schools are right around in that area? I know there's Jeff City High School. How many we got there?
We have Jeff City, Helias, Capital City, but those schools are all bigger than us. So we've got about 4 or 5, mostly within an hour, but we got a couple around us.
Yeah. Helias Catholic is bigger than you guys?
Yeah, I believe so. I think they're class 5 and we're class 4 in baseball anyway.
Yeah, that's correct. You are correct. Helias Catholic is 5. Man, that's a bigger private school than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, hey, we're going to jump right into this. I always start off my player spotlights with a function of, starting playing baseball when you were a kid. I think it's one of those things we all did. What age did you start playing?
Well, I was really young, whether it was just with my dad out in the yard or at some local field. But I started playing organized stuff when I was around 4 or 5. Just started playing some local t-ball, and then I moved. I think we created a team. My dad and a couple other guys. When I was around 8 or 9, we played some coach pitch and then kid pitch, and then I moved on to the WBC and Danny Hill and those guys from Columbia when I was around 10 or 11. I've just been with them ever since and just like how they're doing things with all the other guys.
Warriors Baseball Club, right?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
So you were you didn't really play independent ball. You were in club ball from a very young age, right?
Yeah.
How was that experience? I mean, club baseball, you don't really, to you, it's kind of just what people do, right?
Yeah, for the most part, kind of all I know.
Exactly. You kind of grew up in that era that kind of started in that process. But did your dad coach you early on, or did you have was it other coaches, or was it dad coaching the team?
With the Wildcats, the team, yeah, he was a coach for a little bit. But then once I started playing with the WBC, I think he coached for 1 year. But other than that, it's just been other guys.
Okay. So how much has your parents, though, been influential in helping you grow and develop from that time? I'm sure mom drove you everywhere, though, right?
Yeah, I think they split it up pretty good. But yeah, they've had a big influence on kind of where I'm at today. Obviously, my dad, he helps me more with the baseball stuff, whether that's just catching my bullpens or throwing batting practice to me. And then my mom, she always helps me with whether that's school or, like you said, driving me places and just kind of helping me out with other stuff that I need. Whether that's like putting food on the table when I get home from practice. But they both had great influence on where I'm at today.
I always love the fact, dads, we always get that stuff, and I think this is why dudes, when they get on the TV, they say, "Hi, Mom," most of the time, because mom was the one in the car and driving you everywhere and sitting through practice and all that kind of stuff, huh? Yeah. Got to give it up for mom.
Yeah, really.
So you've been through club baseball. Did you guys travel a lot? Did you travel, or did you just mostly play within the state?
Yeah, we've been traveling quite a bit. I think when we were 11, we went to Alabama, so I got introduced to it at a young age. So I've always liked the travel and just playing in different places. So
Yeah, very
It's been
good.
pretty cool.
Very good. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the differences here. You got through club baseball, the development process there. Um, you know, how do you think that helped you getting into high school? And I want to kind of, because this is the nuance of it, in my opinion, is what is the difference between high school and summer ball?
Well, high school, it's obviously a bunch of guys from your school, and then your community against other schools and communities. And then obviously that comes with a lot of rivalries. So that's always pretty cool. And I'd say the atmosphere at high school games are a lot more intense because you got kids from your school, grandparents, parents, all at the game. And then summer ball, it's just more how to manage your time, I guess, because you're
Mm-hmm.
always on the road and stuff. So it's a little bit of a different atmosphere between the two things, but I'd say the developmental side of club baseball is more prevalent than in high school for me, anyway, is what I'm thinking. But I've liked them both. They've both been pretty fun.
Do you now? I don't know how big. What you? Oh man, see, that's the gray hair sometimes, bro. You say it's Wardsville. What's the town?
Yeah, Blair Oaks is in Wardsville, Missouri.
Wardsville. Is it a big town?
hmm No, I think we got probably around 1,000, so not very big at all.
It's a smaller. It's does it? Do you leave town? Is it kind of a suburb of Jeff City, or is there like trees between the two?
Well, it's a little more of a suburb type of thing,
Yeah.
but I'm actually from St. Thomas, which we have like under 300 people. So I'm about 15 minutes from Wardsville, but yeah, it's a little bit more suburbs in Wardsville, and then from where I'm from, it's more rural area. Got a lot of
Hmm.
farms and animals and stuff, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So does that? So have you played with your high school guys? Are they a lot of guys you play with on your summer team, or is it completely different?
No, it's completely different. I think I'm the only one from my school, like my age anyway, that plays on the team I do. But when I played with the Wildcats when I was 9, played with quite a few guys from my school, and then little guys from like surrounding schools. But I've grown up with them, so obviously I got to know them quite a bit. But yeah, only one on my WBC team.
So
Just it's been pretty cool.
do you see a lot of the guys, the high school guys that you play with on different teams still yet, or during summer ball? So is it mostly rivalry? You're playing guys you play with in high school.
Not so much on my team, but I'll know some other guys from other schools, which is always pretty cool to play them again. But yeah, not so much.
Okay. All right. So it is pretty. When you go back to high school, it's really kind of two different atmospheres. Yes.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. Now, tell me what are some lessons that you've taken away? What are things that you've learned from summer ball, and what are some different things you've maybe learned from high school ball? How do those two things, are they different? Are they the same in those respects, and those things you take away from each one?
Yeah, so high school ball, you'll play a game. You only play one game a day usually, unless you're in some kind of tournament. And then with travel ball, I think the biggest lesson I've had to learn was how to manage your time, whether you're playing a game at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon or you're playing 3 games a day, just how to be fresh and ready for those games. It's probably the biggest thing in summer ball. And then in high school ball, the biggest lesson is how to represent your community and then your school in the right way. So it's probably the biggest two things I've had to learn from those.
I love that. That's great because it is about your community, right? And you don't, there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that are there, and you want to show the respect that it deserves, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that, man. That's good stuff. I dig that one. So Blair Oaks High School, you guys have had a pretty good run. 21 in 21? I know because I was following along, and I know you guys beat St. Charles West in the playoffs and made a good run. Run into that buzzsaw known as Kennett.
Oh yeah, but
That go ahead.
yeah, that year was great. I mean, we had 7 or 8 seniors that started, I think. So, and that was obviously my first real year of high school as my sophomore season, considering freshman baseball is kind of washed away by COVID, which kind of
Yeah.
sucked. But yeah, the leadership that those guys brought, it was just outstanding. And then we could hit from 1 to 9, and then we had really good pitching depth. So we were playing pretty good all season. And then we won our first Final Four game. We were feeling pretty good. And then we just came up short against Kennett, which was a little bit unfortunate, but they're a good team. So
Yeah, I honestly, I thought personally, I thought it was the best two teams in the state. Looking around, I thought it was you guys and Kennett, and it was a good matchup, just a really good matchup.
yeah, it was a good game.
Yes, and then last year, you guys again lost to the state champions. It was just in the district final, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So, I mean, at 22, I mean, you're right there. Southern Boone, again, it's just kind of unfortunate that you guys met in the districts, right?
Yeah, kind of unfortunate, but that year we lost a lot of guys from last year, considering we had 8 seniors who graduated. But I was proud of the way our guys stepped up and then just took on that role of starting every day. And then we started playing pretty good middle of the season. And then we played, I thought, to be our best game in our district semifinal. And then our next game would have been Southern Boone. And that was just a great game overall.
Yeah,
I think we're probably 2 really good teams who, just depending on the day, would have a different outcome. But yeah, they were a really good team. They just did everything right. So a little bit unfortunate that we lost, but can't complain too much, I guess, when they're that good of a team.
It was a 3-2 ball game, right? Yeah. So it was.
Yeah, I believe so.
It was. I go back and always look through those things, and in that kind of game, that's just the tip of the cap. They made one more play than you guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
that's true. Yeah.
Exactly. Senior year, high school, you got a lot of those guys coming back, I would imagine, from that team last year.
Yeah, we got quite a bit. I think we only lost 5 seniors, so we're going to be in a pretty good spot for next year. So it should be pretty fun.
What are your expectations for the upcoming season, man? Got one more run at a time, right?
Yeah, one more. That's the big goal, obviously, is win state, cap off all of our senior years since we got quite a bit of seniors. And then I'd just like to see us kind of build off where we ended last year, because that's towards the end of the year we're playing our best baseball, I thought. So just keep getting better every day is one of the expectations I have. And obviously that big state championship would be cool too.
Yes, it would. It and you guys, I think you have the team to do it. You've got the talent, especially. I think you're a special talent. You've got the the arm talent, and then there's guys there with you. How are you taking a leadership role this year to bring your team along there?
Well, just kind of doing the little things is what I like to do. Just doing whatever I can to help the team win is what I'm going to try to do next year. And then just trying to show everybody, the younger classmen that is, just the right way to do things. So once we do graduate, they can continue on the great seasons that Blair's been having over the past few years. So
Absolutely. Okay, so we're going to get into this. I see you got your shirt on there.
yeah,
You've committed to Mizzou. You got your senior season left. I know you're looking for it. It's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy watching this one. I think you guys got a good shot. I think Kennett, Southern Boone again, it's going to be a pretty good battle in through that.
Yeah, it should be.
What was the recruiting process like for you?
Well, it started at the beginning or more towards the middle of my freshman summer. That's when I started talking on the phone with some coaches from different schools. And then my sophomore summer, that's when everything really picked up. And I was talking on the phone probably 5 nights of the week and then mixing that in with baseball too. So overall, it's pretty exciting, just a little bit busy, but couldn't ask for anything else. It was great.
Very good. Now, Prep Baseball Report has you ranked as the number 3 player, overall in your class.
Hmm.
That's got to feel pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, that feels pretty good. Pretty great, I'd say.
How do you handle that kind of stuff? Do people talk to you about those? Do they even know it? How do you approach those type of things?
Um, well, when I'm on the field, I don't try to think about who's in the stands or what kind of ranking I'm going to have. I just do what I do. And then just, I know my abilities will get me to where I want to be. And then just people talking about it, I try to be humble all the time. Don't want to say like, yeah, look at me, because I think that's a bad look. So I just try to be humble about everything and then just keep working.
That's good stuff. I like that. When you stop working, that's when it kind of goes the wrong direction, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's when people start to catch back up, and obviously you don't want that.
No. I love that. So, what were the factors that influenced your decision going to Mizzou?
So just how I connected with the coaches, whether that was like at a camp and talked to them in person or just over the phone, like the way they went about themselves and coached their team. And then just the reputation Mizzou has for sending specifically pitchers onto the next level. I really wanted to be a part of that. And then, yeah, just how I connected with them and then the way they send guys on.
So you've got aspirations, evidently, to play at the MLB level.
Hmm.
How do you set your mind to that and the goal to get to that level? What does that take every day?
Well, I just know it's going to take tons of hard work every day. Considering we're on off season now, just getting in the weight room, getting bigger and stronger. And then once time starts to come ramping things back up throwing wise, I know just keeping at the program and doing that the days you're required to. I know that's all going to take hard work, and nothing's going to come easy because obviously you're going against the best college guys and then the best high school guys from all around the world. So just a lot of hard work is what I'm thinking.
I saw you've been kind of I saw you were in a USA baseball uniform on I
Yeah.
think it was a Twitter. Have you been playing with that team this fall?
Um, no, I think I went to the PDP League in North Carolina over the summer, and then that was kind of a feeder thing into the like where they're playing now against. It's kind of like the Olympics, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I went to that, and fortunately, I didn't make that team, so that was a little bit of a one-time thing. But yeah, it was pretty cool to go play against those top guys. So that was awesome.
That you got invited is pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, that too.
I mean, and I don't mean to, and I understand, I appreciate the fact, but I always think, this is what is, sometimes, yeah, you're always looking, you always want to compete against the best, and that is those types of situations give you that opportunity to compete and see where you're at. Correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Just playing against the best competition, you can really find out where you're at and what kind of position you stand at. So it was pretty cool, pretty great.
So as you're working towards these things, you're sitting here, your aspirations, who are the people that you're talking to that are helping you, with your mentality and the mental side of the training, the playing, that you think is going to help you get over the top and maybe achieve your dream to the MLB?
Well, I think the biggest one is my mom and dad because I'm with them all the time, obviously. My dad's always pushing me to work out and then just be better, obviously. So it's always pretty cool to have someone pushing you like that. And then my mom's helped me on the mental side quite a bit, just telling me to, like, no matter what happens out there, just keep calm and then keep your emotions in check. So I'd say those two are my biggest, like, ones I've talked to about that kind of stuff the most.
Very good. Are there opportunities that you're looking for as you go into college, that as far as the school and the academics and whatnot, that you're looking to after baseball, and what are your aspirations there?
Well, if baseball, or you mean if baseball like doesn't work out after college?
Yeah. Well,
So
or even if it does work out, you're not going to be able to play forever, right?
yeah, that's true. Well, I think just having a good degree and having a good job and then keeping my grades up while I'm in college is going to help a ton. And then just if baseball doesn't work out, just having something to fall back on with a good degree, it's always going to be kind of a backup plan, I guess you could say, for me.
I love that. I hope, and honestly, Will, I hope you get there. I mean, I love the attitude here, your mindset. I can tell that's where you're focused, and you want to do that. And good luck to you.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Absolutely. Wil Libbert, folks. Will, hey, man, I appreciate you taking the time out of day coming and talk to us. You got to keep, I hope we can keep some communication, as we're going through the high school season, as we get closer. Love to do that. And I got to work on the stats thing, man.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Thanks for having me on, too. Really appreciate you guys sitting down and talking to me.
Absolutely. Hey, folks, this is Wil Libbert, guy you got to watch, pay attention to. Looking forward to the high school season. He's going to be heading to Mizzou after that, so one to watch. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it. If you're here, please hit the subscribe button if you like what we're doing. Comment below. Say hello to Will there. And everybody, always remember, have a great day in the Lord. And all you pitchers, what are pitchers supposed to do, Will?
Throw strikes. Get batters out.
That's my man. There you go. Oh, that's what pitchers do, throw strikes. And hitters, hit them where they ain't. We'll see y'all next time.